I think the league needs to watch out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. Every year we try to find that team that's going to take the second jump. And Tampa is very interesting. They've got a misunderstood quarterback who's performed at the top of the NFL's QB list for the last 2 years. But everyone wants to pretend like he wasn't a number one overall pick who finally got his head coach weapons in a fair shake. Now look what he does. They've got a great offensive line. They've got a good D line. This team has all the weapons in place to actually win a Super Bowl. They've got a phenomenal head coach. They have every weapon. You can argue this is one of the most loaded teams from a weapons standpoint in the league. They have phenomenal running backs. Baker Mayfield is throwing the ball. He's throwing the pill to everybody. They get Egbuka in the draft. He's one of the most talented wide receivers in this draft. They double down on a strength they already have. Chris Godwin's coming back. Mike Evans, I wonder how many yards he'll have this year. Baker Mayfield could easily throw for 40 touchdowns again. He's probably set up in the same way to do it. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for the guys out there that are stuck on the shiny toys in Atlanta with the new quarterback, they do have some great pieces, and I do like what they're building out there. But they don't have what the Bucs have today. They're still building, and they're still learning and growing. Right now, the biggest threat to the Bucs ain't even in its own division. They're going to walk through their own division. They're going to win that. I have no worries about the Buccaneers coming out of the NFC South. But I think we're looking at a showdown later this year, and I think I could see the future here on the Bucs playing the Eagles, or maybe the Bucs are playing the Rams or the Packers. It's going to be one of those, but the Bucs, somebody's going to have to beat them this year. Whether it's in the divisional round, whether it's in the NFC Championship, but they're a very sneaky team to watch out for this year because they have everything in place and they returned most of the team from the starters. Baker Mayfield, if he keeps doing what he's doing, man, I genuinely believe that the NFC could be wide open. I don't know if Philly's going to rebound as good as we think they're going to without Kellen Moore. We'll see how that plays out. They're incredibly talented, and I understand why they're the favorites in the NFC. But for a team that could string it all together this year, and I don't think anybody should be shocked, but people will be. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are set up for success today. They're going on 4 division wins in a row. They own the NFC South. They're going to have a home game in January, and they might have 2, and who knows, maybe they'll have 3. But I think Baker Mayfield in his spot right now, people are going to start having to give him credit because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finally figured it out. And Baker's the heart of the team right now, and he could be throwing 40 touchdowns and winning an MVP before you know it. Because every 10 years, every or so, they want to give the MVP award to someone not named today's Josh Allen. Today's Lamar's a different player, but today's Lamar Jackson. Sometimes they want to give it to Matt Ryan, and Baker's been playing a whole hell of a lot better than that from recent memory. Baker gets a fair shake for the first time, and this team all of a sudden is elite. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are an elite NFC team. They are, I would say, probably top 3 NFC team, if not top 2, because you got to put Philly in there. But they're special, man, and I really think that depending on how the cards lay out and if they can stay healthy this year, this is a 12, 13, 14 win team. And people don't even, I think Vegas has them at 9.5, maybe 10.5. 10.5 seems a lot, wins. Vegas probably doesn't have them at that number. Telling you right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be the 1 seed this year. And I, for one, am not going to be shocked. Baker could throw for 40 touchdowns this year. I'm not going to be shocked. Mike Evans could have 1,300 yards. I'm not going to be shocked. Bucky Irvin could rush for 15 touchdowns. I won't be shocked. This team is fireworks. They've got dynamite on both sides of the ball. There's no reason this team doesn't win the NFC South. And there's no reason this team isn't sitting there in good position in January to take it all the way to the top and dethrone the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC.